Thank you, everyone. Hi. We are very, very excited to have you on board. My name is Ria Giridis, and I am the International Marketing Manager for Unicaf. I would like to welcome you all to a wonderful webinar organized by Unicaf. And I just want to say that I really hope that these challenging times will soon be behind us, with the pandemic and COVID and all. I wish you all health and safety, most importantly. So we have here today with us Winnie. Actually, we have the whole Kenyan marketing team. We have Winnie, who is the marketing manager. We have Sheila, who is a marketing officer. And we have Mary, whom we cannot see, but she's here also, listening to this webinar. Ladies, welcome. Thank you for joining us. Winnie, would you like to introduce yourself and say a few words?
All right. Thank you so much for coming in and being with us in this webinar today. It's a great afternoon to see you all. To the participants who are part of this special webinar, we hope that you're going to come out different, empowered, and more so very relieved on how you're going to balance your time management in terms of your work and life. So we are excited to have Ursula with us, Dr. Ursula, of course, to take us through this presentation. And we just want also to welcome you to Unicaf Kenya. We are based in West Paksut, 7th floor, Ojijo Road. So feel free to visit us any time of the day during Monday to Friday. We are excited to see you all and looking forward to answering all your questions, and also grateful for your participation. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Winnie. Just welcoming Barak and let me see who else. Yeah. Okay. So thank you very much, Winnie. And let me move on to our speaker for today. Hi, Olufunke. So our speaker for today is Dr. Ursula Schinzel. Dr. Ursula is an independent, multicultural and multilingual teacher who speaks 7 languages. She holds a doctorate in business administration and began her teaching career after more than 20 years in the banking sector and in industry. Before we allow Dr. Ursula to start the webinar presentation, let me just say that you can all see a little hand at the bottom of your screen where you can raise your hand. Let me see you raising the hand so that I know that you can hear as well. And also this is a way to, whenever you want to ask a question or respond to a question, posed by Dr. Ursula, please raise your hand and I will allow you to speak. This is an interactive session, but in the meantime, you can post your questions throughout the presentation, and then we can respond to them during the presentation and in the end, of course. Hi, Peter. Hi, David. Hi, Kittist. I hope I'm pronouncing it correctly. All right, so I think we're ready. I see Hezron has raised the hand. So, I'll be calling you to raise your hands throughout the presentation. Anyway, so let's hear from Dr. Ursula. Thank you.
Dear Ria, dear Winnie, thank you very much for this wonderful introduction and also this immense, huge opportunity to talk to you all, and it's an honor for me to speak to you today. It is going to be an interactive session, so please do not sleep. Anyway, I will tell you to sleep, but not during the webinar. But don't go away. And we will be having fun for 1 hour, so don't worry, it will not last longer. And
Yes.
I hope all of us, we will enjoy it very much, as always. So
Yes.
we are going to talk about time management.
Sorry, Ursula, I'm
Yes, please.
interrupting you again.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know, I
please.
have this habit. I just wanted to say that uh, everybody who is attending the webinar and staying throughout, they will receive a certificate of attendance as well as the recording of the presentation. A few days after the event. So please, stay with us. This would be a very interesting webinar, and you also get to receive a certificate of attendance. Sorry again, thank you.
Yes, and it is going to be a life-changing event, like always. Unicaf is a life-changing opportunity. So it's about work and life balance and how do you manage time. And here we go. So first question, I'm not going to speak long. It's you who will speak. You will tell us how you feel in the morning. Can you identify yourself with the stress in the morning? Can you tell us about your experience? How are your mornings? Please tell us about the stress that you're having in the mornings when you get up and get children ready for school, yourself for work. Please, Ria, it's yours. You can free everybody who wants to share
Yes.
their experiences, please.
Okay, I'm expecting to see some hands being raised, people that want to respond to the question, so that I allow them to speak. Okay, so Susan, we can hear you, Susan.
Okay, so can I speak?
Yes,
Yes,
please.
please.
Okay, so for me, the challenge in the morning is getting up, getting the house ready. I don't have children yet, so but it's still so hectic. It's still so hectic. I have several emails to reply to, messages to read, feeds on WhatsApp and Instagram and Facebook. Someone I was supposed to call and I forgot to call them. I have to be out in time, probably catch the bus very early and then head out for work. So yeah, so the challenge is really in the morning.
Yeah.
Yes,
Thank you.
thank you very much, Susan, for this experience. Anybody else, Ria?
We can hear from Junali.
Yes, hello.
Hi.
Hi.
Yes, getting up very early, cooking, then your children will ask you about something that is very stressful.
Okay, thank you very much, Junali. How about Joseph? Joseph? Joseph Robbie, can you hear us?
Hello.
Hi, how are you?
Hi, hi to you. How are you?
Very well, thank you.
Sorry?
What is your experience, Joseph, in the morning when getting kids out of the house, yourself? How is it going there?
I just feel some dizziness.
Okay, thank you very much.
Peter, can you hear me? No. Okay, I think we should move on.
We proceed. And so, of course, you get ready and you get yourself out of the house and the kids and everybody. And you have then the impression that you're always busy, that there are things that you are having time for, and there are things that you are not having time for. And so To improve your time management, you take your agenda and you write down from Monday to Friday or to Sunday what you are doing at what time, and each week, each month, each year. So you assess your time, you assess what you are spending your time on, and you see you're always busy. Okay, so you think about what you do have enough time for, and it's then also important that you start talking about it. First you start thinking about it, and then you start talking about it with somebody else, what you do have time for, and then also what you do not have enough time for. You start thinking about it, and then best also start talking about it. So what happened? Where did the time go to? Yeah, and then also never underestimate how long a task will take you. It never takes the 5 minutes or 10 minutes that you think it takes. If you look where the time goes to, then try to improve your estimates, because you estimate, okay, this takes 20 minutes, but normally it will maybe take longer. So is the task too easy or is it too difficult? I'm just going a little bit. I just go a little bit, talk with my friends, or go a little bit out to the discotheque or so. It's never a little bit, it's always a bit longer. And then you have your deadlines. Of course, everybody has a to-do list. You write down your to-do list, but then when you write the to-do list, write down by when you want to do that, and then try to meet better the deadlines, because you try to meet them. Okay, this is to be done for 11 o'clock. Okay, it's 10 past 11, it's 20 past 11. Oh no, I will not meet that deadline again. Okay, so be better in meeting your deadlines, and maybe rewrite your to-do list and put some priorities. Write the first things that you want to do first. Don't put the important things on the bottom, put them on the top. Yeah. And then of course, never expect a miracle. There are no miracles, so at least not often. So don't expect them too often. Yeah. And now again, another interactive question, but you have to be honest. Very difficult. What and whom are you wasting your time on? And please be honest. It's not always simple to say the person who is wasting your time, but could we hear maybe some experiences, some sharing of experiences? What are you wasting and whom are you wasting your time on? Please, Ria.
Yes, let me hear from Peter, and I hope I see a few more hands being raised. Okay. Peter, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, good. You can go on. You can respond to the question.
Okay, so I think I waste a lot of time on browsing. Okay, I love getting my hands on looking for stuff online. I'm curious, So I think that's what waste my time a lot. Yeah.
Thank you, Peter. How about Barak?
Yes. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Please speak up. We cannot hear you well. Can you speak up, or
let me just put on?
Can you speak up or put the microphone diverse so we can hear you?
Okay. Yeah. I think you can now hear me
better.
Yeah. So me most of the time I do not actually waste time, but I'm involved in certain activities that is currently we are doing online teaching. So maybe, and at the same time, also taking that particular course with the Unicaf University. So sometimes maybe finalizing the work, it becomes a challenge. Maybe if you can elaborate on how you can balance, maybe it will be good.
Barak, I cannot hear you anymore.
Okay.
Or you have to hold the microphone
Okay.
differently, or speak up, or I don't know.
Okay, can you hear me now? Hello.
Yes, I
Not,
can hear you personally. I don't know why Dr. Ursula is unable
yeah,
to
I
hear.
don't know. I cannot hear him well. Okay, yeah, okay. Maybe Ria, you can tell me.
Yes, sure. Sorry. Barak, what is the question?
Okay, concerning, I've been talking to the phone. I don't know the kind of question you want us to ask. Is it about how to balance time, that is?
No, where do you spend your time? Where do you waste your time? On what and whom are you wasting your time?
Okay, so most of my time wasted, that is the social media.
All right. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So I don't know if Wayeko, thank you, Barak. I don't know if Wayeko would like to speak. Wayeko, can you hear us? So it's Wayeko Elizabeth. And we have, I think Junali can speak now.
Yes.
All right.
Hello.
Hi. Hi.
Yes, I waste my time browsing at the internet, online shopping, and listening to the music.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Yes. Okay.
I think we should proceed, Dr. Ursula, until the next question.
Okay. I like the idea of the online shopping.
True.
I did that also last night, so I really can share this experience. And also the listening to the music, exactly, I also do that, so yes. I don't know if it's a waste of time, so, but well, so when you think about where you waste your time or where you spend your time, then it is also good to do a time audit. So you say, okay, I do 1 hour of online shopping and 2 hours of music listening. And if I would not do that, what could I do with 3 hours of my time? What else? So could I be doing with 3 hours? And so to redistribute a little bit of my time. Okay, maybe I can still say I am going online shopping half an hour and I am going listening to the music for only 1 hour, but then I still have 1.5 hours left and I can redistribute this time and do something else with it. So what would you like to do with that? That's what is up to you to redistribute your time. And then some productivity tips that I really would like to give away for you, that you can take away from this webinar. Just get it started. That's the most important thing. Sit down and get it started. Of course, it will not be perfect from on the first second, but just get it started and then concentrate on what you are doing. And then set goals, set intermediate goals and final goals. And then always get a different view of the things you are doing to talk about with friends, family. The communication is very important. And then go to conferences or webinars like this one and get another perspective. Of course, not everybody is the same. Luckily, we are all different. That's why you get another perspective of the things. Then use your waiting time. When you wait for this webinar, for example, I mean, of course, some people are late, but some people are also early and they wait, and then you could use this waiting time with something productive. And there, I told you I will go to tell you to sleep. Of course, not during the webinar, but it's good to sleep more. And also to get some off time from your mobile phone, from your devices, from your computer. Of course, not during the webinar. Then I would be very happy if you were here. But after, it is also good to get some fresh air and turn it off, the web phone or whatsoever. And then also see what is urgent. So there is urgent and very urgent and less urgent. So what is really urgent? And then, as I said, speak about all these issues with other people. And then creativity, Ria, we know that takes time. It doesn't go from like that on order, I'm creative, takes 5 seconds and then I have a brilliant idea. No, that doesn't work like that. So it is really something that needs time. And so I would like also to give you some more productivity tips. And then after, I would like to ask you to give us some productivity tips. So now what is also important is to eat healthy, to be healthy, to recover, to rest, to allow time for yourself, yoga, Pilates, stretching, yeah, to balance your work and your personal life by doing something for your own. Yeah, also to get away and also to have a positive attitude in general. And then maybe, Ria, you're ready. We could see if some of the participants would like to share their productivity tips with us.
I am expecting to see a few hands raised. I see that Wayeko Elizabeth wants to talk, but I'm not sure I can unmute. Let me just try. Anybody else wants to speak to respond to the question and offer some productivity tips?
Hello.
Hi, Peter.
Yeah. So okay. So I involve myself in exercising regularly. Yeah. So every morning from 6 to 8, I'm usually working out. Then having my breakfast. Then read a book for 30 minutes. Then I move for the day, browsing. Yeah, that's why I waste my time. Thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. What kind of books do you read, if I may ask?
Yeah, I am a vicious reader. Actually, I love novels. So the other day I was reading, there's this book. Wait. The something about of perception. I haven't finished it. It was online, so I'll get back to it. Then maybe we can share more somewhere else.
Yeah, thank you very much. Ria and I, and also Winnie, we know I just published a book, so I'm also a writer. I'm a reader and a writer, and it is very satisfying to read and to write. That's true. That's a real good productivity tip. Yes. Thank you, Peter.
Thank you. So anybody else wants to mention a few productivity tips? What works for you might work for others. All right. Dr. Ursula, I think we should continue.
Continue, yes, yeah. Of course. So, of course, I wanted to talk about how you recover and how about sleep. So everybody was laughing when I told you to sleep, but maybe yes, it is important to maybe not like that. Huh? Don't sleep on your computer like that. But I love the picture. Very nice. So sleep. Go relax. like we said, exercise, very good, Peter. Exercise in the mornings, in the afternoons, in the evenings, whenever you have time, 15 minutes or 20 minutes or 1 hour, 2 hours. It depends on you, how much you have time. Also open the window, get up, stretch your legs, do some stretching or yoga or Pilates, whatever you really enjoy doing. Go for a walk with your dog or whatever. And take these mini breaks. They are really important. And me personally, I really like to take a nap. After lunch, I lie down and I recover. It depends, 10 minutes, 15, sometimes it's half an hour. It depends, but the body really slips away and I think about what happened in the morning, what am I going to do in the afternoon, and yeah, it's a really pleasant time. And then also go for some longer ways. Take a weekend off if possible, or a week. I mean, of course, it's difficult, I know, but try to do something good for yourself. Huh? So Peter wanted to add something. So maybe Ria, can we have Peter?
Let me see.
I'm sorry, I was having a problem with my network.
All right, so no problem. Let me see more hands raised, and we are also taking questions. Please use the question and answer tool at the bottom of your screen. We can respond to the questions live, or we can type the answers. I think we should proceed, Dr. Ursula.
Okay, then if we proceed already to my last slide of today. So as I told you, it's about time management, and it is not only about theory, it's also practice. In practice, we are fast and we are concise, we are really to the point. So I would like to introduce one productivity tip or a technique that I like very much. That's the highlight technique. So you put one highlight, at least one highlight in every day. So today's highlight is maybe, I hope, the webinar. So the webinar is the highlight of my day. So how much do I focus on it? How much do I energize on it? And how much do I reflect about it? These are the three techniques, to focus, to energize, and to reflect. The computer can help you with that, but the reflection is still done by your own brain. And also, you have the highlight, the webinar, and then how much did I laser focus on it? From 1 to 10. I think Ria and we did 10 out of 10 focus on the webinar, and then we write it down. And then we also say, what happened that I lost focus? Did I lose focus, and when and why? So don't be ashamed, and it's no problem if you say I lost focus and it's only 8 out of 10. But write it down why, and then also try to write down what you could do to improve it. And then energize. How much energy did I put, Ria and I and you, into this webinar? Write it down. And also the tactics I tried. Yeah, did I eat well enough or not enough? What did I drink? How much did I sleep? How much did I spend on my mobile phone, on the device, so that I was not concentrated enough? So write down what happened that I was diverted, that my energy just flew away. And what could I do to improve for tomorrow? Okay, tomorrow we are not going to have a webinar, but tomorrow we are maybe going to have something else that is important. So write it down, how do you want to energize for tomorrow's highlight? Yeah, and then write down what happened that was good, and write down what happened, why it was not good, and how you want to improve this, how you want to eliminate the negative factors. Yeah, that is a very good tactic that I really enjoy very much. And so you plan your day, and this is out of this book. I really recommend Make Time. It's from Jake Knapp and John Zeratsky. It is a funny book because there is a lot of pictures and so on, and it is not only dusty, it is really nicely written. And this is what I wanted to show you, the highlight technique. So do we have any remarks, questions, Ria, participants, everybody? Do we have something that you want to share? Because for my part, I'm all set.
Yes, Dr. Ursula, I think Susan wants to share something with us, and I also have a question from Barak. I will read it out after
Yes,
Susan.
please. Mm-hmm.
Yes, Susan?
Okay, so I think I've found it very easy to get things done once I write them down and like prioritize them in order of priority. And then the highlighting thing, I do a different thing called I write it down in the checklist, and I keep checking once I've completed an activity, and it works really, really good. But this is an amazing highlighting, and then lasering, and then energizing. I think this is amazing. Thank you.
So
Thank
can you
Susan.
explain me again, Susan, how you do the checklist, please?
So say for instance, I have 3 things to do. So my phone has this something on my phone that allows me to create a checklist.
Mm-hmm.
And then once I've completed the activity, I can just check it off.
Okay.
And so I'm able to see like how many activities I've, how many to go and how many down.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And you do that per day or per week, or?
I mostly do that when I have a lot of things. I tend to be more productive when I have a lot of things to do than when I just have like 2 or 3 activities to get done. And I think it really works. I think I should try doing it on a daily basis.
Mm-hmm. 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 That is really interesting about the checklist also. Yeah, and on the phone, that works very well. Mm.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, we have a couple of questions. Barak is asking, how can you manage to tackle personal schooling in an employment that is really demanding, especially in areas where there is no job security?
Yeah, Barak, I must tell you that I did also, I studied my doctorate online while working full-time job. And then there is something over time that will happen because of course, you will not always stay the same person, because what you will learn will influence you and you will be a changed person. That's why I say Unicaf is a life-changing process, experience. You will not stay the same person. So what happened to me is that, of course, I couldn't stay in the current job that I was holding at that time. Of course, I had studied, and I think that's also the purpose why somebody, or while you start studying school, something, is to change from where you are, so to go somewhere else. Of course, there is no job security nowhere anymore, but over time, with the time, maybe you will find a new job because you evolved with the schooling, and things evolve, things happen, and you evolve, you change, and with the changes come that you also find the other job. It might not be in the town or not in the sector or district where you think, but sometimes surprising things open up. I hope I replied to your, I hope I did find a reply to your question.
Thank you, Dr. Ursula. Now, one question from Nicholas. Sometimes there are a lot of interruptions from employees requiring my assistance when trying to focus on a task. How do we deal with unplanned visitors?
Yeah, these unplanned visitors, this is a real issue. This is a real issue because, well, when you send them away, the unplanned visitors, they will be very unhappy, of course. There are maybe other ways of dealing with them, but it depends what is your aim. If you really don't want to have unplanned visitors, then you should send them away, and also tell everybody that you will send them away, so that they really will not come, and they will talk about it and nobody will come back again. But if you maybe still want to keep some of these unplanned visitors, maybe there are other techniques of having somebody tell them, not yourself, but somebody else who tells them to take an appointment for another day or another time, and maybe that's a possibility. But unplanned visitors or unplanned events, that is something that is really difficult. Eva?
Hello. How I deal with unplanned visitors.
Yes, please.
Is that when I have a project that I need my full concentration on, I determine like how much time I will need for it. Say I think I need about 4 hours of uninterrupted concentration. Then I create a meeting for myself. So on my calendar, it will look like I'm busy. And then additionally, I would find a different place to sit at, so that when they come to my workstation, they will not find me. And when they come to my email, they will, or my messenger, they will see that I am busy. That way I can concentrate for those 4 hours, and I will not have I won't have to turn anyone away in their face. Thank you.
That is very good. I think that's a very good tactic to do not sit where you are normally, so they don't see you, and also to put it in your planning that this time is no go. Yeah, very good.
Right. I have Gam Dengamore. I think I'm pronouncing it correctly. I'm not sure. Sometimes individual assignments from school conflict with work and deadline may be tight. How do you deal with this time issue?
Yes, as you know, I'm a tutor, so I'm dealing with my students' individual assignments all the time. And well, if you do not, it's very simple. If a student doesn't complete his or her assignment on time, of course he gets a less good grade. So, or you submit it on time and you get a real excellent grade, or you submit the same assignment but late, and then you get some points less. But it's not the end of the world. but you know it. So that is, I mean, if you do not, if you have too much work at your job and your assignments to finish and you cannot finish them on time, nothing really seriously will happen. It's not the end of the world. You know, you ask your supervisor. That's what I tell my students, please advise, ask for an extension and tell me by when you will supposedly submit. And then you say, okay, it's not on Sunday, it will be Wednesday. And you know that you will get a less good grade, but it's not the end of the world.
Okay.
I hope I answered the question.
Thank you, Dr. Ursula. Samuel, how can one come out from internet addiction, as is one of the wasting time thing with many people?
That is very difficult because most of my friends also say that I am addicted. I am addicted to my smartphone. I go bicycling in the forest and it always rings, and I have all these messages and I put a different message for a sign or sound, sorry, on emails from different, it's horrible. So, and they look at me and they say again and again, and every minute there is something. And so, yeah, well, but I still remember the time when there was no phone and when there was no internet. And I remember how horrible it was when we had no communication means. And I only can repeat myself saying how lucky we are that in this coronavirus time, we have our internet and we have our Zoom and we have our Microsoft Teams and WebEx and whatsoever possibilities to communicate, because I assure you it would have been much more horrible having coronavirus without these means. So it's always a weighing of the advantages and disadvantages, but in general, it is a very good thing that we are linked and that we can have this webinar. And that, imagine, we are spread all over the world and we talk together. And I think personally, this is amazing. This is the biggest achievement we really can say we have got. The biggest addition, the biggest plus ever. So if you're a little bit addicted to internet, don't worry.
A little bit.
A little bit, yeah, don't worry.
All right. Okay, thank you very much for responding to the questions. If anybody wants to raise their hand to say something now, to ask something, please go ahead. If anybody wants to type in a question, go ahead. Okay, thank you, Nicholas. Very grateful for the proposed tactics to deal with distractions from unplanned visitors. All right. So is it possible for one to attend live lectures on Zoom when individual students have time to do so? This is from Gam Dengamore.
Well, I don't know how to reply to that question, I must say. Gam, could you please maybe clarify that for me?
Let me see if I can give him permission.
Yeah, maybe he can talk. We can talk.
Yeah. No, I don't think we can talk to Gam Dengamore. So I'm not sure. Hi, can you hear me?
Hello.
Oh, hi, how are you?
Yes, I can hear you. I'm fine, thank you. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you perfectly.
Yes, I first started by apologizing. I joined late because I had a technical issue with my device.
No problem.
That made me struggle to get through. First, and secondly, I appreciate the forum and this meeting. I think it's helpful. My question, to be brief, is to inquire if sometimes one might need to join some of the lectures live if there are some live lectures that student can maybe join together and interact with tutors like we are doing. Is that possible? Is that available in the Unicaf program?
Thank you, Gom, for the question. And that's why RIA is setting up a set of different webinars with different subjects, very nice subjects in general, very interesting, about marketing, about leadership, about
self-development,
about time management, about cultural differences, about a lot of different subjects, development, strategy, and so on and so on. And thanks to Ria's efforts, these webinars, and also thanks to coronavirus, we are going to have more these opportunities. And we can only encourage participants or students to participate actively. We always take away something from it. And it is something about passion and love. And because when you are on your Unicaf study Moodle platform, it's maybe, of course, very good because you learn a lot, but you are missing this social contact, this love and this social vicinity. You need to touch something or somebody. And that is important that we can also do it from time to time, of course.
Great. Susan, want to say something?
So I think what he was asking is if our lectures, I think for some of us, we're yet to start classes. Our modules we're still registering for our modules right now.
Right.
So the question is, shall we have like live classes sometimes?
Well,
not the webinars, classes.
Yeah. We've been getting this question a lot. The thing is that the lectures are asynchronous. This means that because there are people from everywhere in the world, there's not one specific time where everyone would be able to attend. So it's either morning or midnight or after. I mean, each country with their time zone makes it very difficult for live lectures to take place because students are from different countries.
Okay.
That's that is the issue.
All right.
So, and this is something that promotes the at your own pace style, which we encourage because you can get on whenever it suits your calendar and study at your own free time and go through the recordings and so on. But you never know in the future. You know, things keep changing and evolving and developing. So we could be doing that in the future.
And Ria and
Yes.
Susan and Gom, there is also always the possibility of the conference. The last years we always had the conference, so it's a good mixture, the mixing of the asynchronous studying method plus the webinars plus conferences. I think it's a good mixture of learning environment.
Yeah. We hope that we can organize the conference next year. It's a very, very important event for us and our students. You know, the get together, we have a great time. We go on tours. We see this, you know, the sites, and we have Winnie has also attended a few. So she can verify towards that. And Dr. Ursula, I have one more question from Willis.
Yes.
So Willis is asking kindly, how do you identify time-wasting persons?
Yeah, that is very simple. A time-wasting person is a person that doesn't bring you anything. This person just steals your time. So because when I'm with somebody, like with you now, it is because I bring you something and you bring me something. So it's a giving and taking, like in each and every love affair. If you have a love affair with somebody who doesn't bring you anything, I think, or I'm sure, this love affair will not last long. So you will give this person a good bye, goodbye, and that's full stop it. So if you have a person that wastes your time, just say not even goodbye, just say, go out of my life, and you go on and you look for somebody else who is not wasting your time. I think it sounds hard and harsh. Maybe I'm very organized and very hard person in that, but when I realize that somebody is wasting my time, or somebody is wasting my money, or somebody is wasting my, I don't know, whatever, and this person is not going to be long again or longer in my network. Yeah.
All right.
So it should be always giving and taking.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Dr. Ursula. I don't have any more questions, and I don't have anyone else that would like to share something. So let us just say that we have reached the end of this webinar, and we really hope that you found it interesting and useful. If anybody wants to get in contact with Unicaf, we have our people here with us today. That's Winnie and Sheila and Mary. Winnie, would you like to repeat on how people can find you, where people can find you? And
Sure, yeah. Thank you so much, Dr. Ursula. That was wonderful. And thank you to our participants who are here today. It's great seeing even some of our students who logged in. That shows how much you are committed to completing this journey with us. And we are excited to have those who are aspiring to study with us. We are located at West Park Suites. That is in Parklands, Ojiji Road, 7th floor. Yeah, just next to Corbill. So you can access us any time of the weekdays from Monday to Friday from 8 to 4:30. We are available and at your service. If you have any questions in regards to applications or any other thing, feel free to contact us. Our contacts are also readily available on the website. So we're looking forward to have you, and also you inviting other people that you know, your friends, your family members, to our next coming events, which are going to be very exciting. Otherwise, thank you so much for being part of this wonderful session.
thank you very much, Winnie. I don't know, Dr. Ursula, I've been getting a couple of questions. I don't know if
Yeah,
we
that's
have
good.
time.
I
All right.
have more time, so I think we have some more 10 minutes, so we can use them.
All right. So sometimes my boss assigns colleagues in my team to assist in a task, but I realize they waste my time. That's
Tell
from
them,
Nicholas.
tell them, just tell them. Be very honest and tell them. I always think it's the next question I see also, the negotiate regarding my time management. It's the same question.
What are the things in life or work you should not negotiate regarding time management? And this is from Willis.
Yes, the two questions with the same answer. You have to communicate. You have to tell the people what you like and what you do not like. And then you start, of course, negotiating it. In every aspect of your life, it's always a negotiation, a giving and a taking, a love affair. And you have to negotiate. And when you realize somebody wastes your time, tell him, you are wasting my time. I'm also saying smoking. There is not a little bit of smoking my cigarette. So it's no smoking or smoking. So I don't like smoke. So please, nobody smokes here. Yeah. So, but you have to tell it. You have to pronounce it. And if these people waste your time, tell them you are just wasting my time. I'm faster doing it myself. And then, of course, they will be outraged. They will say, that's not true. And you say, yeah, but it's true. And then you do the job you own. Yeah. And about negotiating time management, you can be you can also punish people. I mean, working with kids, kids always try, and adults as well. And the more people get older, the more they return being like kids, and they always negotiate everything. And they try, and they see how far they can go. How far can they take from your arm until you say stop? And it's up to you to say stop and to say what will happen if you transgress this limit, then I will punish you. Yeah, okay. So you tell them it's until 4 o'clock. The meeting goes until 4 o'clock. And then, I mean, if somebody tries to go 10 minutes after, 15 minutes after, longer, then you just get up and go away. That's a punishment, I mean, or whatever. I mean, yeah, but you have to set the limits and be very clear, and then do not negotiate the punishment. If you say, if it's over 4 o'clock, then I will stop and go away, then you have to stop and go away, because otherwise you are no longer credible.
Nicola says the openness may be interpreted as not being a team player.
Yeah, that's true. But we do not always need team players all over. There are situations where we need to be team players, but there are also situations where you need to be a boss. And if you are the boss of something, you cannot be the team player. I always say to parents who come with issues with their children, I always say a parent cannot be the best friend of their kids. That's impossible. Or you are the father and the mother, or you are the best friend of the kid. But you cannot, and this is the biggest error most parents try to do, to be the best friend of their children, and that's impossible. Because you lose your credibility and you lose your authority.
Yeah, understood. Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Ursula. Thank you very much. Just to say once again that we will be sending you a certificate of attendance to everybody that has attended the seminar. And we are also going to send you a recording if you wish to go through the webinar once again, or even share it. I would like to thank all of you for being here today, for joining Dr. Ursula and I and the team in Kenya for this wonderful webinar. And I hope you know, it has helped you and it will help you with your time management issues. We will be organizing more webinars in the near future. So please expect to hear from us very, very soon. Thank you very much, Dr. Ursula. Thank you, team in Kenya. Thank you, everyone, for joining.
Thank you, Ria. Thank you, Ria. Thank you, team in Kenya. Vinny and Sheila, thank you very much for this amazing opportunity. It was my honor and pleasure. And thank you to the wonderful participants. We have been 22 participants and we are still 22 until the last second. So that's a good sign. They didn't go away.
Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Ursula. Thank you very much. Have a lovely afternoon. Bye, everyone.
Bye-bye. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.